The opening action of Rally Monte Carlo would see two night stages in the mountains above the Principality. Danny Sordo, one of the early casualties of the treacherous icy conditions, the Hyundai driver off into the snow at the side of the road in stage one. Co-driver Mark Monte having to help push the car back onto the stage. The headline of the opening two stages was the stunning return to action of nine-time world champion Sebastian Loeb. The Monte master taking advantage of his low running order and superior grip to smash the rest of the field by more than 20 seconds. Even the current world champion Sébastien Ogier couldn't get close to his compatriot. Facing the worst of the slippery conditions, running first on the road, the Volkswagen star valiantly fought back to win stage two and halve the gap to Loeb. And a surprise package in Oyt Tanak would also make his mark. The Estonian, returning to the M Sport fold, set a stunning second fastest time in stage one, and although he has slipped back since, the 27-year-old has returned to the sport's top level in some style. So it is the returning Loeb who leads the way after the opening three stages of Friday morning. Ogier remains second but has slashed the gap to just 3 seconds, with Jari-Matti Latvala third after passing Oyt Tanak. The typically wintry conditions of the new-look Rally Monte Carlo have even managed to catch out the Monte master. Sébastien Loeb, back for a one-off return to the WRC, had been fighting at the front until a slip on the ice caused damage to his suspension on Friday's final stage. The seven-time Monte Carlo winner was in trouble, and his hopes of an 8th win were in serious jeopardy. With the DS3 left crabbing through the stage, Loeb reached the finish, but the road section back to service could not be completed. And it was to become a nightmare finish to the day for Citroën, with Chris Meek's solid run to 4th place ended in eerily similar circumstances. The Northern Irishman stopped in the stage and would go no further. So a day to forget for Citroën, but it has been a promising start to the season for M Sport and their exciting new-look youthful lineup. Welsh wizard Elfyn Evans, despite the odd scare in the snow, would end the day in 6th, with the returning Oyt Tanak running in 4th. But following the late retirement of his compatriot and great rival Loeb, the man out front is once again the now double world champion Sébastien Ogier. The VW star had already edged ahead of Loeb on the leaderboard, and now with his compatriot out, he holds a commanding advantage. 1 minute and 45 seconds the gap between Ogier and his teammate Latvala, who had replaced Loeb in second, and a fine drive from Andreas Mikkelsen has left us with a VW 1-2-3 at the end of Friday. But the mountains above the Principality have already claimed a number of high-profile victims. Citroën's Sébastien Loeb broke his suspension while fighting for the lead on Friday's final stage, and despite his best efforts, was forced to retire in the road section on the way back to service. Loeb was joined by his teammate Chris Meek on the sidelines after the Brits suffered a similar incident on the same stage, but both would at least be back today under the Rally 2 restart rules. It's been a better start for M Sport, though, with their new-look youthful driver lineup of Oyt Tanak and Elfyn Evans both running in the top 6. On Saturday morning, though, the rally would prove a victim of its own success, with the sheer volume of spectators packed into stage 9, forcing the test to be cancelled for safety reasons. Following Loeb's unfortunate exit the previous evening, meanwhile, the rally is already looking like Sébastien Ogier's to lose. Despite backing off on the ice of stage 10, the Frenchman still holds a commanding lead. Jari-Matti Latvala took 40 seconds from his teammate's advantage in stage 10. The Flying Finn well on target to achieve his best result on the season's most treacherous round. After stage 10, Ogier's lead still stands at a healthy 1 minute 4.9 seconds. Latvala remains in the runner-up spot with Andreas Mikkelsen making it a Volkswagen 1-2-3. It's the final day of the opening round of the 2015 World Rally Championship, and reigning champion Sébastien Ogier has made the perfect start to the defence of his crown. Since taking the lead on Friday afternoon, the Volkswagen star hasn't looked back. A second consecutive Monte Carlo victory for Sébastien and co-driver Julien Ingrassia, and win number 25 of their illustrious career. The battle to watch on this final leg was that for fifth between the two Hyundai's Danny Sordo and Thierry Neuville, the Belgian claiming the position on the last stage by just under a second. Up front, though, the rally would become a historic moment for Volkswagen, the German team claiming the first Monte Carlo lockout of the podium positions since Citroën in 2003. Andreas Mikkelsen with his best Monte result in third. It was also a personal best in this famous old event for Jari-Matti Latvala. The Finn delighted to claim second place in Monte Carlo after setting himself the target of a top four finish. A great way to get his latest championship challenge up and running. So for the champion driver and champion team, it has been the perfect start to 2015. Ogier's winning margin was 58 seconds over Latvala, with Mikkelsen completing the VW 1-2-3. Max Osberg the best of the rest in fourth. And Ogier gets off to the perfect start to his title defence, although Latvala did take a point back by finishing third in the power stage.